from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Minnesota Vikings taking on the Green Bay Packers.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings.
Austin Seibert set to kick.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now Cook. He's got it off the draw. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
The tackle made.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
And that is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one right here. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Now this will go for 5 up to the 33.
On the run for Green Bay.
The numbers for Jones last week, 1 rushing touchdown, yes, but look at the rushing yards. He was up near 200.
The one phrase I'd use to describe that performance, he carved up that defense.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Ball carrier.
Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a 2nd time.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. He's brought 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Complete to Aaron Jones. First and
a big play like that looks familiar, doesn't it? Like we saw a week ago, reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Nothing wrong with being explosive. Nothing wrong with being electric. Nothing wrong with carrying it over from the previous week off to a really, really hot start.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Brings up
so they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
He is good. Makes the score Packers 3, Vikings nothing.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. Well, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Give to Cook out of the gun. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was.
And I think he's been a little modest about that, being in a groove. That's a big-time game right there. And I think he feels like his entire team is coming along with him because they're creating spaces and holes for him to run through. He's making people miss, running through tackles. They are locked in a big way and confident about this game as well.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
To number 88.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews.
Complete to Mark Andrews.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
On 2nd down now, it's Kellum. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Made at the 24-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
15-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Jones. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
3.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So here are the Vikings to take over. They were losers a week ago to the Bears, but they lead things here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
2nd and a yard.
Cook. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation. Take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Cook following the penalty. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
A 3-yard.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Complete. Jefferson the target. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Minnesota Vikings. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brought down at the...
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On 2nd down, Cook. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
3rd and 9.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. With that run, double check my math, yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. And the 2nd down throw on target. That catch good for only a yard, and it will be 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Kelly. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
Charles, we get a look there at the draft class for this offense. What do you make of it?
Well, overall, I like the balance of the guys that they selected because, to me, they got a few guys that can step in and play right away, which is exactly what you want. But they also drafted for the future as well. They got some guys that might need a year or 2 on the practice squad, so then we'll find out if they can actually play.
The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers, he sets up the screen to Jones. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. On 1st down, it's Kelly. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Brought him down. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 now. Rodgers. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Complete to Aaron.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones. His 4th touchdown on the year. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. Now, he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground. Packer pressure, and down he goes. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
A 7-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
To 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
In trouble, and he's taken down. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
A loss of 9.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. On the carry, it's Cook. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
Well, you know what they say about the best laid plans, partner. I mean, this one was totally thrown. They played for the pass. The idea was if you want to run it, that's fine. We'll rally up and make the tackle, except they didn't get it done.
Yeah, 3rd and long, and a big run there. How about that?
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
35-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Opening, and there he goes. And they will score. It's
very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 13. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession.
And with the day he's having, as we look at some of these highlights, maybe he wants to duplicate this pregame meal next week.
Whatever it is, guaranteed he will ask for his.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Got an open man, Freeman Jefferson.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. And it's the Steelers out in front in the second quarter. Juju Smith-Schuster, a touchdown reception. We'll stay in the AFC South as we head one state over to check on the Indianapolis Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And that game is tied as they take on the visiting Tennessee Titans. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Matt Gay set.
So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter.
And the half will begin with a touchback.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. This is Jones. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
They toss it out right to Kelly. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might be
pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
They need stops to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Dalvin Cook.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down. But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he's got his man on stride, complete. Now loose football. The ball comes out, and the Packers pick it up. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there isn't.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it now, because you're exactly right.
That, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Now this one complete on the slant route. Touchdown, Vikings! Big play there. 54. Yards. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over 1st and
Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. The lead is theirs here in the 3rd quarter, but it's really been the ground game that's been the recipe for success. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
It's a gain of 13, but it's 3rd down.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Now they go screen, it's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the run, it's Kelly. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, they're both 5'10".
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third.
They'll try and run for it with Kelly. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Ty Long now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
On play action, they'll throw. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them? They don't have enough confidence to make a play.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 45-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now this one is tight end out on the right side. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brings up
that last catch short of the marker by just a yard. Leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. This one to his running back out of the backfield. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Yeah, good for 22 and a first down.
That's another Vikings first down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get him. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings have tied it. They can grab the lead with a PAT.
Well, let the natural light of today reflect that he is now getting into the end zone 2 times.
Look at you. You're a little Ralph Waldo Emerson. Is that his name?
No, it's just going with the meteorologist. That was a day game. I'm here.
And he puts it through. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for and taken.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
2nd and 1. That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. shotgun now for Rodgers.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 corners, no reason to lighten up now. Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now Jones. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
And, Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Jones. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for a 4th quarter lead. Seibert's kick is good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
Picked up by Casey Hayward.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Now a first down carry by Jones.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
The ball carrier.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think you may want to keep them cranking high right here.
And he'll get them inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Complete.
9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up first and goal.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And that makes it a 9-point game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this carries into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near-perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. That's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
It's now second.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing it in here on 2nd down, this time complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, first down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. The throw over the middle, taken in. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
The 46-yard line.
Open down the middle of the field. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 23. 23 yards the pickup there. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up second.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Now a run with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Back to throw here. Almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Jefferson.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Gaines' kick is good. And that'll move them back within 6 now.
Vikings 24.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
8 yards.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Again, it's Jones, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
2 yards, good enough for a first. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line.
Tackle made at the...
And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up, pick them up. And someone jumped.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
On is the punter Long here as he sends this one away.
And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard
So
line.
all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by 6, 23 seconds to go. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10. And it's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.